Hold on. Let me take a sip.
Hello, virtually, sister.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I got the very last bit of the coffee, so I could hear grumbling going on upstairs, and I was like,
You're like, not my problem.
it was delicious.
Well, that's great. How was your weekend? It's been a minute.
My weekend was psychotic. We stayed home.
Oh,
And
okay.
I cleaned the entire garage top to bottom, and
I
we got a
feel
dumpster and
like,
got rid of my backyard, all of the crap.
wow.
It was
I
a
feel like
purge.
you have two kinds of weekends. You either have, I took off and I disappeared and my husband's mad at me, or you did everything under the sun at your house and there is no in between. You never come
No,
in and you're like, I just laid in bed. Like, no, you're like, I destroyed my home or I
right.
just left.
Yep. It's always
Okay.
a bleep show.
Well,
How about you?
whatever.
You were busy with work stuffs.
Yeah, I went to one of our other stores and I helped them out, and it was fun. I love working with new teams. I like working in new spaces, and I'd seen this team in the space before, so that was really fun to kind of go back. I was there less than a year ago helping them, so it's fun. I like it. But it is a little bit of the same. I'm just tired.
Yeah. Same
Just
stuff in a
tired.
different place, though. It's almost
Yeah.
like a little
Yes.
change, though.
Totally, but it's nice. It's a new space. It's really fun. Was working in the visual stuff, so anybody who knows what I'm talking about, I work in the merchandising, so was going in to redo how the product is displayed for the team because we
Oh,
had
that's
some
fun.
corporate partners coming in. Yeah, so it's just
Did it make
spending.
it look pretty, girl?
Yes, exactly, and it's so fun because I just dump into playing with all the colors, which
Hmm.
is like so visually satisfying, but physically exhausting because I'm like picking up piles of like 14 blazers and running them across the store and putting them down and then hanging them up and then doing the same thing again so it just
Yeah,
becomes
and you're a
tiring.
tiny human. That takes a lot. It's taxing.
Yes, and I'm constantly like reaching above my head to put stuff away. Moving shelves around, things that like I as a 5-foot human shouldn't do, but I do.
You're like,
And
hold on, I've got this display. That was me over the weekend, hurling boxes and giant
yep,
things that I had no business lifting. I'm like, hope I
yep.
don't die.
Totally. And we have these sculptures too that go up really, really high on the top of the
Yeah.
shelving. Things that like customers would never pay. Like nobody would ever be like, this is a cute t-shirt. I wonder how heavy that thing is. I can tell you by the
Yeah.
pound how heavy each of our display pieces are and how high they are above my head.
Like, I know which one I'll step to and which one I will not.
Oh yeah. So it's fun, but your girl's tired and
Yeah.
she's got a couple of days off this week. So we
I
got one more
feel
day to
ya.
get through.
I feel like time to make the donuts like that old Dunkin' commercial. I'm
Mm,
living that life right now. So my J1s, my visitors are they came in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. One came in a day
yep.
early. I was not ready for it. I've been
Oh
hurling
yeah, that was
beds and
last week.
boxes and digging stuff out and making sure bikes work and waking up literally at 4 o'clock in the morning for them to go make the donuts. I'm like, this is not gonna work for me this summer. I know it's only a mile and a half, but you're gonna have to walk through the woods.
Oh my
They
god.
were like, I feel like it's an American horror movie that I shouldn't be in. And I was at first I said, you know what, you're right. But after 3 days
Yeah.
of driving them, I'm like, it is what it is. I'll drive you to
Yeah.
Walmart so you can get reflector vests.
Oh my god.
Stay together.
That's so funny. It is totally like Cape Cod Beach Town, girls driving to make donuts.
Right?
Yeah, it is totally. Yeah.
It is a horror movie-esque, especially in my woods, especially since there are no street lights. And it is a little creepy even driving through there. I'm like,
In your
I
creepy
get it.
neighborhood.
Yeah, and you're in a foreign country. Put you in a foreign country with woods.
No, I would not. I completely respect the J1s and the J1 situation and them coming. I could not do it.
Right?
I could not travel to a different country and just do nothing but work
They got
for it.
guts. They're
Yeah.
here.
And we thank them. We could not run anything on the Cape without them.
One
So.
of them cracked me up because their licenses are reciprocal. So she was just like, maybe we'll just rent a car for the summer. I'm like, have you looked at rent-a-car prices?
Mhm.
She goes, well, my friend rented a Tesla. I was like, is your friend rich?
Rented a Tesla. My God.
Summer. I was like, I don't think you
Working.
got Tesla money.
Well, yeah, I was like, with your Dunkin' Donuts rate, sure.
Right?
Mhm.
I was like,
Well, they'll figure it out.
I know. I was talking to another two of them as I was dropping them off this morning, and she was like, "Yeah, we realize that's not happening." I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay, good."
yeah, okay.
Back to reality. Figure out the bike situation because the
Oh
ride
my
situation's
god.
gonna stop real soon. Thank you.
Oh my
But
god.
yes, summer is almost here.
It's not here already?
No, technically not. June 21st is the first day of summer.
Yeah, but you know what I'm thinking about? It's the first day of summer, so it's the longest day of the year, but then it also means that things start to fade on the other end. So we're in kind of summer where the days are the longest. We're like
Yeah.
reaching that peak. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Because by the time we get to August, the days are actually shorter than they are right now.
I'm just this whole week has been that when that weather gets like that, it got colder, it
Oh
got
yeah.
rainy, and I'm just
Yeah.
miserable. I think I just feel it in my bones. So I'm trying to like snap myself out of that bad attitude. I'm
Yeah.
working on it.
It'll get really hot here like the second week of July.
Yeah, like we have no true spring.
No.
It really stinks.
Nope.
All right, let's get into what's roasting, shall we?
We shall.
I'm gonna
Take it
start
away.
off with your girl.
Hell yeah.
Well, you knew Taylor Swift was not going to be with Matt Healy for very long, and that was like
W-
the quickest bounce I've ever heard of.
We knew this wasn't gonna last. Like he's a pop star, rock star, whatever. Like it was a
Was it
rebound.
2
We all
months?
called
Was it
it.
a month?
I don't think it matters.
No, she was like, it ran its course. I was like, that is a short course, girl. It's short.
I love it. It was like kind of a summer fling before a summer fling. She was like, I'm in New York because before, hey, you know what? I've got my East Coast tours. I'm hanging out on the East Coast and I'll be in New York back and forth. Like we can hang out. And now she's like, all right, I gotta go. I'm out.
Not
Bye.
for me. That
Thanks
was
for the
really fun
invitation.
though.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I have place. I gotta get on a plane. I have shows to do. Like that's it. I kind of respect the energy. And then I like the fact that she's always been, or for the recently, she's been so quiet against the media. She hasn't talked about it. She hasn't addressed anything. And with this, she's kind of like, yeah, we're done. I moved on. That's it. Like creating commentary
Yeah.
and kind of leaning into it a little bit, which is unlike her, I'll say.
I just feel no matter what she does, it's a news story. She swallowed a
Yeah.
bug on stage. It's a news story.
Well, this is what I was saying. What was it last week or 2 weeks ago? That it's crazy to me, unlike any other tour that we've seen, that on Monday and Tuesdays after her shows, there's always pop culture stories that are about her. And I don't
Yeah.
know if there's ever been a tour that does that so consistently. Like people have one or two stories that come out over the length of their tour, but it is literally every Monday and Tuesday, there are some sort of stories, headlines that are coming directly from what happened in whatever city she was in over the weekend, which is
Yeah.
just, I think, a cultural phenomenon and how popular she is because she's getting the clicks, or these websites wouldn't keep posting. They wouldn't care.
Right. I know. Although I find that, especially in Snapchat, once I start looking at certain stories, that's all they
Mm,
feed me all the time. I'm like, all right,
yeah.
stop aggregating for me. I don't want
Yeah.
your aggregation. I don't really like the Kardashians, but now they're all over my Snap. I'm like, no.
Well, so you keep clicking them.
And then they're fake stories.
I know. Well, I can't use Snapchat news for that reason because you click through and you're like,
No.
this is so fake.
It's
can't.
or old. It's
Yeah.
just clickbait,
Yes.
and I'm sitting there, I'm here for it, and I'm like, why? I need to remove myself from it. Stop. So
So
what
yeah,
is about?
she swallowed a bug. Wait, go back. She swallowed a bug. I didn't see the
Well,
story.
that was just it. People, fans were like, "Ew, gross." I was like, "What the hell is she supposed to do? She's singing live on stage. What do? You swallow the bug."
Did she address it? Is that how people know?
She was choking on a microphone.
And then she was like, "Please hold."
Yeah, right. Hold, please. Just swallowed a bug.
Well,
And
it's
then
gotta
people were like,
happen.
ew. And it was like, it's protein. Move on.
I mean,
So
okay,
gross.
not something I would choose, but that's funny.
The show must go on.
The
But
show
that was
definitely must go
national
on.
news. That was ridiculous. Leave the
That's
girl alone.
leave the girl alone. Was it like next to the Matt Healy story? Of course, like
Yes.
Taylor Swift swallows a bug. Oh, and she's newly single. Like,
Yeah. And then there was
okay.
some other thing about a lawsuit. It was just like she had her own corner of news garbage that was
She's
really all garbage.
She seems to. All right, what else we got going on?
Well, talk to me about the Spotify thing that you're posted. I just signed us up, by the way, for
Oh,
there's a master class in
oh,
pods. So I was
okay.
like, all right, I'll sign up for this. What the
I
hell are
love
you gonna
this.
teach me?
Um, so Olivia Rodrigo, driver's license. So
Yep.
she hasn't put out new music in a while. But now suddenly her Spotify has updated, the visuals have updated, her website is updated, all with a countdown to June 30th. So we don't have we have no idea. But everybody's speculating that she's putting
There's
out a
more
new
music.
album.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because this came out really recently after Sabrina Carpenter. Do you remember any of the drama? Sabrina the boyfriend broke up with Olivia Rodrigo. These are all TikTok people. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Olivia Rodrigo was dating this boy. I don't remember who he is. I'm going to get slammed for not remembering who he is. And then Sabrina Carpenter started dating the boy. And then that's how the driver's license album came out.
Right.
All the songs were about going through the breakup.
Yeah.
So recently Sabrina Carpenter
They
came
got
out
back together though, right? I think Olivia Rodrigo is back together with him.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Have a pop culture podcast and not know what's happening in pop culture. Pretty constant.
Just saying.
But there's Sabrina Carpenter has been really popular. She put out this incredible album. She's been doing really, really well. Like, I personally love that album she's put out. I listen to her music all the time. It's really great. But then I guess she had this statement or something that was talking about how it was really hard to go through and being the villain, like in the interwebs. And how she felt about that against Olivia Rodrigo. And then like pretty much Olivia is announcing that she's putting out an album. So we don't really know what's happening. There seems to be this like back and forth and interesting tension with these girls. But
we're here sitting talking about it. So obviously it's doing what it's doing for their careers. So if they're going to one up each other for the rest of their lives, then whatever. That's how your career trajectory is. You're choosing this.
Totally. You know what? I think it's just smart management and smart marketing, to be honest. Like, this is a great time to announce this.
I'm going to use this. You're going to use that. I'm going to use this.
We were going to update your Spotify next week. We're going to do it right now because this is all front headlines and we're going to make even more of a buzz about it. It's smart, really. I mean, who knows what their actual relationship could be great. Who knows?
I shouldn't like Olivia Rodrigo. I don't like her as a person, but I do like her music.
The album, I think, is so good.
It was really good, even though she did steal from Paramore. She paid the price for it.
I know. And the other thing too, I think is interesting is she wrote from such a young place. Like she wrote from such that like mindset teenager, 16, 15-year-old place, but it resonates. I've never seen an album in which people, generations across the board, know every word to every song in an entire album. I think that paved the way. I'm interested to see what she puts out because there was a lot of thought that maybe she was a one-hit wonder and then her album was great. And people thought, well, maybe she's just peaking now. And so I'm interested to see what happens with her new one. So we can't confirm it's a new album, but she's definitely got a countdown to June 30th. So I don't really know what else it could be.
Yeah. And she's from Temecula, California. And I like drinking there. It's right near my mom's.
Oh, okay.
I've been to her hometown. It's a very nice hometown. All right, so let's talk about this Natalie Portman situation because you and I just talked about Natalie Portman, and then bam, there's a story that her husband's been he be cheating. So I don't know if that's true or not.
With a 25-year-old.
Doesn't make you feel great about yourself.
No, I think it's a different level of cheating. Like if he were to go and cheat on her with somebody their own age.
I feel like that's way worse. That's more relationship material.
I think it's better. I think it's more.
Oh my God, no. I think
more
that's
important
relationship material. If you're going younger, that just means you need some nonsense. You need the actual physical act of something. That is more sexual to me than it is an actual relationship issue to me.
Okay, I totally see your point. I just think as a 45-year-old, right? He's 45.
Yeah. There's nothing a 25-year-old can offer mentally that you're not getting from your relationship.
But I'm not thinking about it from his perspective. I'm thinking about it from Natalie Portman's. Like, how do you go back to a relationship knowing that, like, your husband of 10, however many years that you have kids with, needed a minute with a girl of 25?
Yeah, it's gross.
Like, how do you continue to have a relationship and feel confident in yourself? Like, I think that's where my perspective would be. If you're going to go cheat and you're going to have like just a sexual thing, but at least it's going to be somebody within my age demographic, because I'm going to ultimately compare anyway. At least I feel better about the fact that it's like within the genre, like, oh, she's also a brunette. Okay, so we haven't deviated. That's great. if you completely deviate and you go sleep with a 25-year-old, I'm going to be like, I can't compete with that. I can't,
Yeah.
I'm never going to feel good about us
I don't
sexually
think that there's
again,
a
knowing that that's what
competition.
you
Yeah.
want.
I definitely see your feelings, but also I don't think that it is not that way for guys. It's just not. They're
Well,
able to compartmentalize.
we're going to try and get into the male brain on this
No,
Wednesday
God,
morning.
no. Let's not.
Okay, perfect.
It's Wednesday. I had the
Yeah.
last coffee. I got nothing left.
But then
I got to
I was
make
seeing,
this work.
yeah, I was seeing reports that they were separated though, so I don't know how much of an impact this really had on their whether it was really like infidelity within their
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
And they're working through it. So there was some sort of conversation, there was some sort of reason to stay for Natalie Portman. I mean,
Well, they're kids.
yeah.
You
So
have a family unit.
I have an interesting background on this because I he was in the ballet world. I kind of said this last time we talked about it. And I didn't have any personal interaction with him, but the ballet world is like this big and everybody knows each other. So I'm not here to like get us sued or create any problems, but I'm pretty sure this is from what I remember and from what the rumorville was when I was still in the dance world, and this was all happening and they were filming the movie and Benjamin Millepied and Natalie Portman met, that this is similar to a like how you got him is how you lose him situation.
Mm.
And I can't confirm that because I don't have actual evidence. I don't know. I didn't know any of the involved parties, but like I was close enough and knew people who knew people who knew people.
Yeah, but
where
a
like
zebra
that
doesn't
part
change
was
their
kind of
stripes. Your behavior is still your behavior, and you're
yeah,
always going to fall back into that behavior that you
yeah.
feel comfortable in. So
He's
yeah,
inc-
it's not a surprise.
he's incredibly talented. Like in terms of choreographers, he is fully uh, in what he did for Black Swan 2 was like absolutely incredible from a dance standpoint. It really
Still
was.
a pig.
Well, that too. Yeah, I don't want to get us sued, but I think there's also that. I definitely, from what I remember, this is a little bit of like a how you got him is how you lose them.
I like that.
So
All right, this viral TikTok trend. Talk to me about it.
I don't remember what it is. Hold on.
It was
Oh
posted.
no, not a
What is
trend.
it?
So
Haley Paramore. Since we were
yes,
talking
thank
about
you.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Correct. Haley of Paramore. She kicked people out of her concert.
Okay, why?
They were looking like they were fighting. So two people were trying to push themselves forward through the crowd to get to the stage, and there was some sort of commotion as they were trying to get them forward. And Haley of Paramore, I guess, looked down and was like, said something to them. Like, you guys need to get out. You need to go somewhere to take care of whatever you're
This
doing.
is not the
We're not
first
having
time
it in our
she's
concert.
shut down a show for nonsense. She's done it before, or where people weren't paying attention to her. She's literally like shut it down, and it's like, are you done? Because now I'll sing. Like she's not.
I didn't know that about
here.
her.
Oh yeah, she's been performing since she was like 13 years old. I mean, she wrote "Misery Business." I think she was 13. I'm not even kidding. Like that's incredible. So she has been through every situational thing, heard it all, been there, and is so sick of it. If I'm here, you're paying money to see me, then pay money and see me.
Well, so what I think is interesting is obviously the video of her response to whatever was going on in the crowd obviously got posted to TikTok. Then it goes viral, and it goes viral enough for her to see it. And she watches the video a few times, and then she basically says, "Oh, now I have to issue an apology because I was totally wrong. You guys weren't doing anything wrong, and I kicked you out of the concert. You guys were just kind of trying to get closer to me. So sorry. I didn't mean to like embarrass you. I totally said I was going to embarrass you, but I didn't mean to embarrass. Like I was totally wrong. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
So
I like that though.
It's crazy how much the internet has taken influence over.
But think about having to watch
TikTok.
a replay of your actions when you're not in that feeling, in that moment of your actions.
Yeah.
It's just like the replay on sports and how it's changing the whole dynamic of it because you know that you can replay it. It's just not that one call where you saw what you saw. But then if you rewatch it a couple of times, then you see the whole thing and then you can better understand it. So I'm glad that she sat there and watched it a few times and then was like, wow, I was out of line.
Those poor concert goers that were like, "I was just trying to get close to you, lady. Sorry."
Well, I'm sure she's going to make it right. I'm sure she's going to make it right card somewhere in her life where she could just be like, here's some merch. Next show on me. I'm really,
Yeah.
really sorry. Please still be my fan.
Yeah. I hope so.
She'll make it right. I know she will.
Yep. All right, what do you got?
Well,
You have some other
I
things
just
on there.
added a couple of things in because when we do talk about celebrities, sometimes it's kind of ridiculous, salacious. We don't even know what's real or what's not. But I loved
Never.
the fact that these
Us
two
in
stories,
particular, we never know what's real or what's actually
I don't
happening.
know. We don't know. We get no, we know what we're fed. And I love these two stories because both of these women were the ones saying these stories. And I know it's uncomfortable to talk about our bodies. And it's not your particular favorite thing to do.
Mm.
I don't even act like I have one. So I was like, what? There's something to a skin sleeve of mine. But I love that
Yeah.
even Mendes was talking about how she regularly shaves her face because she's a hairy human.
Oh my god.
I like real stories like
I
this.
know you do. Yeah, she's beautiful. But,
She
like,
really is.
I'm shocked that this is a story. Like, why can't you just be like, "Okay, we know that."
Well, she's trying to break the stigma of women
Yeah.
having to do these things. And she wants people to understand, like, we have real bodies. You might see the glamorized version of us
Yeah.
and attain to that, but this is not real life. Like, we go through all of this crap also. As
Or
she's getting ready for press
yeah.
for Ryan to do this Barbie movie, and she's having to like do the things that she's like,
Yeah.
oh, I wouldn't do this, but I have to be in public. And this is like a bothersome, annoying thing. And then
Yeah.
when you have to do that, she wants other people to not feel shame about having to have all of these things.
Yeah, like, we're making a conversation out of everything. That's how it feels to me.
I
Like, I
agree.
get it, I totally see the perspective of we're trying to normalize it. I get that, but it's a little bit like, does this need a spotlight? Like, do what you gotta do behind closed doors to feel good about yourself. We all know at this point in society, thank God for the internet,
But
that
that's the thing. I don't think that the younger generation really understands until they get the and it was funny. My 17-year-old was, Mom, of course I know that. I've had the internet in my hand since I was whatever. And I was like, oh, you do know it all. You do. And if not, you
yeah.
can just Google it.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. So I didn't know. So that's why even Mendes is of my generation, as
Yeah.
is Jennifer Aniston with this story. We didn't have that. So we didn't know that that was real life for anyone, where
Sure,
that.
I totally get it, but I think now, like, but the stories are coming out now in
Yeah.
current day and age, and if you're an older woman, you understand that they're doing that. If you're
Yeah.
of the generation, if you're of the Eva Mendes, Jennifer Aniston generation, you logically understand that they are dealing with their shit behind closed doors before they get to the red carpet, right?
Yeah.
And if you're a younger version, you know that because you see the internet, you know what's happening. Like, that air isn't put on all the time. It's not just a glossy magazine cover. We see
Yeah.
all the background, especially because the stars themselves are posting it. So my
Yeah.
next thought is like, okay, but do we really need to talk about it? Like, we know that's what you're doing behind closed doors. Does it really need a spotlight?
But
Is
some
it
of it
really
does. I think some of it does, especially the Jennifer Aniston story where she said that she literally broke her body and totally burnt out from doing cardio and beating herself up
Yeah,
physically to
that's
stay in these
interesting.
shapes because there
Yeah.
are other ways to work out. We're all about wellness right now, and there's yoga and there's slow
Yeah.
moves and there are better ways to move your body. That's not trendy. That's not boot camp. That's not I'm going
Yeah.
to, do this aggressive exercise that is going to cause damage for years to come for you. I think we
Yeah.
get sucked up into this. I'll take this diet pill. I'll be skinny in 6 weeks. I'll do this TikTok trend.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, this trend that everybody is like, this is the new latest thing. We're gonna get on Ozempic and take all
Yeah.
these drugs to make myself feel better. This one says this worked for her, so I'm gonna do that. We
But
still
I
do
also
that.
yeah, but I also feel like it's way less than it used to be because there's so much more acceptance than there used to be.
I
And
hope so.
there's so much more like, acceptance of variation. Of course, there's trends, of course, there's models, of course, there's, like, ideas, but, like, take, I Sports Illustrated, for
Yep.
example. They set the standard of what's hot, right? And when you look at what they've used in their models, they are all over the place in the body types and what they've done. Everything from Megan Fox to, like, absolute no names that are plus size models, and they look incredible. I just feel like the idea of you have to be one particular body type to be attractive has moved on. And not to say that it's not a conversation about how you're keeping yourself the best version of you, but that's the conversation is I'm keeping myself the best version of you using my cardio and my strength training, and this is how I'm eating because it makes me feel good. And it's how I feel I'm the best, and not because I'm trying to fit into this box of what I should look like, which I think
we still suffer from grass is greener, though. We still suffer
oh,
from,
yeah, for
she has
sure.
that, I want that for me, even though that's unattainable. We still get in those ruts.
Oh, beyond. But I'm just wondering if it's more of a individualized preference than it is about trying to fit into a box of what society is telling us we should look like, because society is way more accepting than it was even 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yes and no. I feel like it's still 50-50. You have the people that
Mhm.
are like, I don't care what you do. And then you still have the people that are, trying to reclaim the rainbow for whatever craziness is going on in the world. Like that is
Yeah.
still real.
Yeah, that's
we,
true.
we are very divided in that camp.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so let's move on to our weird news story. Have you ever
Love it.
been on a horrible, horrible flight where somebody was like trying to fight you for the elbow space in between your seat? I don't think
No,
I've
because I
ever been
always
in a bad
lose. I just
flight.
put myself up against the window and I lean the other way. And I'm little, so nobody's got to fight me for anything. I take up half my seat.
That's true. Woman elbowed entire flight for not swapping seats so a fellow passenger could sit with her boyfriend.
Oh my God.
Flights on an airplane are known for being uncomfortable, but paying for a luxury seat has the ability to make the journey a little bit more bearable.
Mhm.
Despite having paid additionally to upgrade her seat from
Yeah.
economy, a passenger was flabbergasted when she was asked to downgrade her seat with no additional compensation. So she, of course, went to what everybody else does is let's take this to Reddit and let's complain about my flight misery.
Oh my
And
God.
she explained that she was just getting off her flight. She was boarding, her ticket was flagged. They printed me a new one much further back in the plane. I feel like I watched a reenactment on Facebook or Instagram of an exact situation like this. She wasn't notified that her ticket had changed. She proceeded to board the plane, sit in her original chosen seat. But I guess there were two young adults, 20 and 25, no kids in sight. He demanded to sit in my seat because it was next to his girlfriend. She said, totally normally functioning girlfriend, as if that was the deciding factor. Which
Like,
made
it's
me
not like she
laugh.
needed help. Like, she
Right.
was fine.
Correct. And she said, no. She said he went to go talk to the flight attendant and goes to sit back in the plane. The woman was a total jerk to the other people and everyone on the flight. And since they decided to elbow people on their way out, everyone on the plane, 250 passengers deep, apparently, this was a big plane.
Oh my God.
Have you ever had a tantrum like that in your life? I just would never do it.
I can't believe that they thought, like, use your brain. Why you're gonna try and switch seats with somebody into somebody who paid more for their flight? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No. And it's just a bizarre situation. Like,
Yeah.
grow up. Elbowing
Elbow
people,
and why are you involving everybody else? You elbowed everybody on the way out.
right? I'm
Although
not
he was
happy. Everyone's gonna be unhappy.
I know. Would you say he's 24? Like, yeah,
Yeah,
his brain isn't fully developed
exactly.
yet as a man. So that explains that.
I'm still loving the totally normally functioning girlfriend, but was she
Well,
though?
I'm sure it was like if she had severe anxiety or had a disability or had some sort of something where like she needed extra help, I might have been more lenient, but no, she was freaking fine. She was just
Right,
like a normal human.
right. She's spoiled and used to getting what she wants, but you're not getting it today, my friend.
Oh my
All right,
God. That's
that's
it.
it. I
That's
will
it. That's
talk
all
to
we
you
got.
Friday. Are you coming in
Yes.
the studio?
Friday.
What are we
Yeah, why
doing
not?
Friday?
That
Um,
was my plan.
Yeah,
Just
good. Come to the
okay.
studio. I've
Okay.
just got an incredibly busy day on Friday. I have like 5 appointments. My weekend is already sold. I've got weddings. It's the season, my friend. Summer is
This
like
is
here.
it.
Mhm.
You just said earlier in the episode it's not here yet. So is it here or is it not here?
This weekend is here.
Okay, now it's here. Okay, just to
Yes,
clarify, when your summer
it's
starts so that we need to
correct. It's all about
okay.
me. You know this now.
Well, have a lovely day. Thanks everybody for watching. Follow us
You
on Facebook,
too.
Twitter, and Instagram at the First Shot Morning Show.
Get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll talk to you later.
Bye,
The
guys.
First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.